should just be naturally banned out. The Lulu may see an Elise, so be very surprised if Dexter gets that, but it can easily be picked up by Amazing as well with Elise in ban to just cancel out another jungler.
Yeah, and with all of the focus on Ackerman's Gragas, you know, we haven't really talked that much about Dyrus and his love for Gragas in the top lane. Still not banned here. Nidalee not banned either. So two of the big top lane bullies still available. Well, one.
No, Dyrus to be one of those big Nidalee players.
Never mind, Nidalee was already banned out too. They're both off.
Yep. So he wouldn't have taken that being up. The Lucian for Amazing. He's going to go ahead and put himself back on that champion. Had a great 6-0 and 6 Elise game yesterday, but goes back to kicking people in the face. Still
undefeated on Elise, but they're going to go ahead, first pick Lee Sin. This very well could be a top lane Lee Sin as well. Never forget that Dyrus did play a couple, even North American LCS games on that top lane Lee Sin. Definitely a flex pick still for TSM. And CLG have a lot of options. They've really been big fans of Twisted Fate in the mid lane.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got through too.
Because they really do like to outplay their opponents as far as moving across the map much quicker.
It's like right now it's the toss-up. Hey, no AD carries were banned. Which one of the late game AD carries do we want? It's just slowly waiting to pick up here.
Yeah, the pool is so big now for AD carries, actually. There's a lot of different options. You can go with this Tristana, who's got the early bullying of explosive shot and late game crazy power, or the Kog'Maw, who's all around considered basically the top AD carry. And then if you want to mix it up, you can always go with a mid-game oriented team comp and pick up Corki to try and work with that power spike.
I'm interested to see if, you know, we're in the late game here, but who has the strength, the confidence to play the Vayne? Saw get a pentakill over in Europe, but nobody here. Nobody here just yet. I know. It's a tough one to get in, especially the composition of lockdown and long range we've been seeing recently. We'll see. We can hope. Only hope for the plays. It's not going to be Doublelift this time, that's for sure, unless Link is taking out a page of Voyboy's book and we're going to have a Tristana middle.
Look what we have here, though. An Irelia Lee Sin combo very early for TSM. So they actually, if they can get some Lee Sin ganks focused up top and get Irelia to that Trinity Force, as soon as she does hit that one item, she gets a huge burst in power, and she is a very, very dangerous assassin to have on the field.
Won't be the first time Dyrus has brought it out, maybe the second or third on that. Zion
Seraph going back to his tried and true. His
of course.
First love, Shyvana.
We haven't seen Shiv in quite a while. Safe lane. Looks like he'll be trying, actually taking that against Dyrus. We'll see how Dyrus takes that. Lustboy's Nami was banned out yesterday. Be able to get his hands on that today as they're looking to lock in Bjergsen Syndra as well. Very high priority, top of the champion pool picks coming in for at least the mid lane. And that support.
I'm happy to see this Nami for Lustboy because it gives him a chance to showcase a lot more of his abilities. In the lane, she's got that sustain advantage over a Morgana. The only thing they have to work around is the healing that will be cut in half by Tristana's active. We'll see, though, because the disengage is going to be big for Nami. We don't get to see it that often since Braum was introduced into the league because he can pretty much single-handedly negate most of what Nami does. But this time around, banned out, so she gets through.
Interested to see how the sustained lane of WildTurtle and Lustboy works. Do they go aggressive and use all that HP they have to take out the Rush Hour bot lane? Rush Hour bot lane gets going and it is unstoppable. You put a stick in those spokes in the early game and you'll see things like Cop 1v1ing Doublelift. So WildTurtle, if he gets to that position, that bottom lane kind of just fizzles out.
Yeah, and it is pretty funny that CLG have actually taken this Tristana so early because Doublelift, he didn't like the champion. As soon as her rise to power was apparent in North America, he was one of the ones that was slower to pick her up because he didn't like the clunky feeling of Tristana, a little bit older
the same thing about
champion.
Lucian.
Yeah, it was the same thing. He didn't like him at first, but once he did pick up Lucian, then he just fell in love with the champion and ran away with it. Maybe the same thing has happened with Tristana. Or maybe he still hates playing her and playing against her. He said that he hates playing against her more, so they'd rather just pick her.
Fair enough. If you can't beat him, take him.
We'll see, though. Some long-range match here.
Ooh.
Xerath, such a flavor of the month pick here in North America, where a lot of people have actually been just picking him instead of Ziggs even.
Right. It was the Rise for a bit, but people have kind of pushed away from that, not getting too much siege potential, and now the Xerath. Before the game gets underway, let's see where the vote stands on LOLesports.com. Currently, Team Solomid leads CLG with 63%. Still pretty close.
Yeah, but you can continue to take part in the rivalry. Send those tweets to @LOEsports and use the hashtag either TSMWin or CLGWin.
Dexter, the one talking. We just saw on the other side of Team Solomid, Bjergsen was the only one talking. And now they're just discussing what to do in the first portion of the matchup. Remember, our featured matchup coming in here, one we cannot forget, Lustboy versus Aphromoo. And we're also watching Link and Lustboy in our ones to watch for the week in general for week 10. So we'll keep a lot of eyes on CLG here and how they continue to push through this new composition that TSM is trying to bring to the table.
Yeah, of course. Anytime you get a new person onto the team, we always want to watch them. But especially, this is the game that's really going to be the test for Lustboy, because yesterday, like we said, they had such a strong showing, the whole team. They pretty much crushed in that game. Lustboy is jumping right into the age-old rivalry, basically the oldest rivalry in League of Legends around since the game started.
It's just kind of filling a pair of shoes, and hopefully he understands what those shoes are. I believe he does. It hasn't really gotten by anybody this far gone.
I think they explained it to him. TSM wants to win, so I think Lustboy is probably on the same page.
Boom. TSM trying to wonder. Let's see if they can do it. CLG versus TSM going live on the Rift, and we are into your third game of the day here. Second day, week 10. I cannot believe this split has gone so quickly, and we'll have to see. It's different. Dexter has Smite on a different one, and so does Amazing. So they do not agree on this either. Gonna get a pause here in the beginning.
Amazing has it on F.
Yes, he does.
Now, both of these teams are actually very well-rounded team compositions here. So this is going to be a real test of execution between both teams. We do have one sweeper coming out for the start from CLG, so that there is that possibility of the early invade, trying to sweep one of the buffs. We'll see if they decide to make something happen, though.
It's like Bjergsen may have gotten into the game with the wrong set of runes. I'm going to get this calculated for himself and make sure he has what he needs before they get out of the base. Good thing to notice before you start the game. Unless you're a hot shot and you can win a game without runes.
It can be devastating to head into a game with wrong runes here, especially against someone like Xerath, who gets a lot of harass down on you while pushing the wave. This is Xerath versus Syndra matchup. A couple of long-range mages in the mid lane. That's all about dodging skill shots. We've even seen some people in this matchup start boots first just to get that advantage. To avoid your damage instead of going for the mana regen of the ring. But not this time around. Both of them confident in their play.
Very quiet and composed from the teams. No talking. No talking can happen. You know what? I wonder if there's a way we'll be able to figure out which key is better for Smite. Like, can we create an algorithm that's on live that says, due to this amount of damage, this guy stole it and it's wrong? Everybody counts, Kobe.
There actually are studies. It's pretty easy. If you do an ergonomic study, you can do time studies and see which one is actually quicker to get to.
What are your findings?
Oh, I haven't done them yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You got to do the work.
You sounded
I can design the experiment, but then somebody has to actually still perform it before we can actually analyze the data.
Must be cool being an engineer. But I think I feel like it's better on...
It's actually not that cool. It's really boring. That's why I cast League of Legends now. I quit engineering.
That's very
Desk jobs, not all are cracked up to be.
That's cool. Did you ever think you'd have to share your desk?
It works out okay. If I had to share with anybody, Riv.
At least we're not like computers back.
It would actually be free.
Ooh. Traitor!
It's the rivalry.
You would want to share a desk with a guy who uses Smite on D.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. I might have to change my mind about that.
Oh, no. I don't know. That's fine. I got to see you for Jat. It's cool. I'm waiting to get the runes fixed up back in here, see what Bjergsen has. And what were you
look at these wards here we got, too. So talking about this early
They do have
sweeper,
wards.
that's one thing that could tip you off, but the other thing is, you know, Elise generally, she will start with a green ward just because she doesn't need
No!
the extra potions. They just like that hashtag better, I feel like. People aren't actually voting what they actually use.
I bet you a lot of these people don't even jungle.
Yeah, well, we have to have a qualifier to actually vote here.
It's like, I've never used Smite, but I feel like it'd be good on D.
Yeah. Let's. If we go back to the items, though, the two real wards in inventory for CLG, I really would be interested to see if they can make anything happen early. Because, as we know, both teams, for this specific matchup, put a lot of effort into prep. Because it would be such a cathartic experience for either one of these teams to win this matchup. What?
Nothing. Good word.
It is a good word. They came off a hard win. They need or a hard loss. They need something here to get them back in it.
A bit of a slump for them. We actually are going to get a restart on the game. That was a bug with Bjergsen's runes to get into the game. So we are going to have a quick restart on that. And like you said, these teams definitely doing their homework on each other. There's no trap games that could have caught them coming into this week. Single game, single day. Now, they are obviously able to chat it up because the game is going to pretty much be restart, I think. Amazing's like, wait, did I just lose a ban? Did we just lose a ban? I'm just kidding. So they'll be waiting to get it restarted.
Actually. You know, when Turtle's not smiling, something has gone terribly wrong.
Turtle smile. Turtle. Ooh. He's in his shell right now.
How do you coax them out, Riv? Have you ever had a pet turtle?
No. They live for a really long time,
I'll tell you how you do it. Food. Little piece of lettuce. Gets them every time.
So what you're saying is CLG needs lettuce.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see who brings it. Look very poised.
Apparently, runes are real complicated to switch over. Uh-oh, they remade the game. I need to rejoin too. Then.
Indeed.
Uh-oh. You on this, Riv?
On it. Trying to get it locked down.
I saw the attempting to reconnect flash across the screen, and I just had nightmares of solo queue and people. No, not again. All right, game 2, in.
Yeah. So it is obviously going to be same champ select, not going to go through it. They're going to get through it as fast as possible and then get us back on the Rift because they're just toying with each other here. Bjergsen wants to make sure he's got everything into the game.
We're building up.
Yeah, the intensity. This is intensity, intensities. We're going to see where they go with this. Bjergsen, more than happy to have his right runes now, and I believe they're going to go back to silent mode after this pick and bam phase. So with the third match of the day coming in, we've had some quite fast matches here. A bit of obliteration match with a shutout coming in from Cloud9.
Oh, yeah.
Very nicely done over LMQ, Barons, and the whole likes throughout the game. Some nice plays here and there. And first game, kind of a back and forth as well. EG getting a great win on the day.
Yeah, EG came out with a really strong performance, and then Cloud9's performance equally as strong. So two very decisive wins so far. We'll see if this one follows suits, though. They are picking all the exact same champions, all the exact same summoners. Nothing can change except for what was fixed, whatever the bug was.
For those runes coming in. Yeah, absolutely. So with this coming into the game, we do see Amazing on that Lucian. Dexter gets his Elise again. Not even considered to be something that's huge. And I remember back to when Gambit was their full 5. Alex Heesh said something that, you know, there are so many good junglers, and junglers play those top sets, so why ban them out? They're going to get something that they want.
Times have changed, Riv. There are not that many junglers that are up there with Lucian and Elise now. So...
Damn it. As a reference didn't work.
But Dexter, the thing that you pointed out about Dexter always getting Elise is really funny because every time I talk to any of the players down in the lounge, and they were just watching the games, last time I was just sitting there with Medios, and he was like, how did Dexter just get Elise again? He gets it every single time. And it's one of his favorite champions. We've seen his performances on like Rengar and stuff, and not quite as good as Elise, let's say.
My favorite part is when like the coaches, the analysts are like, they got the champion they want, we're going to win the game. And that's not what happens whatsoever. Those are the greatest, sure.
Best laid plan.
Very absolute phrases that are being used from the coaches and analysts. But
here we go.
You know what? They have a lot to say in the game because that's how the team acts, reacts, and continues to play the style they do. Now on to the Rift. The runes are set, and so are the players. We have a D and an F Smite. Who will prevail?
This is actually the real test here.
Yeah,
Amazing
it is. We had
versus
a live test run of the DNF Smite. Couldn't have asked for more. Maybe another game. Maybe we get it.
Depends on who wins. Might need a remake.
Amazing. Trotting down together with the team.
Doublelift just outside. I think he might have caught a sneak peek there.
My word.
Doublelift, one of the ones
He's toying with fire.
who always likes to talk about the mind games behind dodging skill shots and how it changes for him in LCS games compared to just solo queue.
I'm not going to get hit by any skill shots this game. Then he gets
We'll
hit
see, because
with a rock.
Lustboy, if Lustboy can control that side bush. Ooh, they've been seen on the invade. So it'll just be a mirror by CLG.
Slowly moving back onto their side. And they're actually really, we haven't seen the 2v1 ward in quite some time.
Minions have
Deep
spawned.
ward for the mid lane. Very, very curious there. Because I'm pretty sure they know who's going mid. All right, well, they warded both the top and the mid, just in case there was any funny business going towards the blue buff. I guess that ward did see Dyrus go towards the red side, so CLG are aware that it is the 100% lane swap here. Yeah. So what Kog'Maw's doing right now, Turtle, I believe he was really far up because he was getting those minions in the bottom lane to focus onto his first minion so that he could push in. If I go look down there, yeah, he does get it pushing against him. So Turtle did a good job manipulating the wave. All he has to do is head them off. So both duos actually going to stay in the side lanes here. As a support, if you do this, your team, you need to stay in that bush. Some mistakes that we've seen some teams do is the support just kind of waddles around out there. And if you can ever deny any information to your opponents, it's always worth it, even if you get nothing out of it. So Lustboy just standing in that bush the entire time. Now Aphromoo leaving the lane, so they can no longer keep tabs on him. You have to keep this air of anything can happen. Anything can come down to this dragon, because if you do a lane swap, yes, the team on blue side with their duo bottom has an advantage to go for dragon, but it's still very risky to go for those super early dragons. So Afro's done a good job of sneaking around back over to that side of the map. So CLG can still contest a dragon if TSM decide to try and go for that risky play and juggle the aggro.
Aphromoo very back and forth right now with this play, deciding whether to go top or bottom.
Pings are out on it, and that was one of the real wards, by the way, that they started out in the inventory, placed down by the dragon. So CLG planning on going for this lane swap from the level 1. That ward is about to run out though, and Aphromoo times his return to base accordingly. Pings go down on him though, so TSM, they feel like they can rush this. Aphro does stop his back.
They're going to be making this a fast move. Going to have 3 down on the bottom turret for pressure, or safety rather, for WildTurtle. And if they find nothing, going to find Dragon at 4 minutes in.
Yeah, Aphromoo did cancel his back, so this should be the Dragon for TSM. Very, very risky for just Link and Dexter to try and come interrupt. So they just put down a little bit of vision. And CLG decide to trade this Dragon for their lane swap.
A little rough on the aggro juggle. It's okay though. Lustboy was the one taking the damage, and that's the lane that has sustained.
Yeah, you can see how dangerous it is if you don't juggle it perfectly.
Oh dear!
Seraph!
Oh no! Oh! He's taking some shopping tips from Dexter.
That seems just like a lapse there by Seraph, because you know that TSM have control of this bottom side of the map because of the lane swap, and you're pretty sure that they've just done Dragon, so that is not actually CLG territory you are recalling in, Seraph, and he does have to burn his flash. We'll see if he's punished for it, though. 5-minute cooldown.
He'll be returning to lane. It looks like he has Morgana with him, though. This is something we've seen a bit more. The top laner gets the support instead of the AD carry once they start to move around a bit. Doublelift is more than happy to get that solo experience.
And as you can see, he did not level up his explosive shot,
Right.
Doublelift, and so that he could more easily freeze the wave and keep it controlled.
He's actually holding 2 skills right now.
On his side of the map.
He's level 4 and he only has 1 and 1.
Yeah, all he really needs is the jump right now to make
Yep.
sure he has an escape if he really needs it very quickly. He's got plenty of options. Good swing here from TSM. Should put a lot of pressure, though. Put a stop to this free farming. Looks like CLG sending backup, though, to answer.
Oh, dear. Doublelift. Oh, my gosh. Really? That fast? Thwarts it just with a rocket jump. He gets himself out alive. TSM put quite a bit of resources in for that.
And down bottom, the solo experience for CLG is Aphromoo. The support is down bottom. So TSM, with the distribution of champions there, was getting a little bit ahead, but now that the top lane is frozen, there's actually nobody from TSM getting experience up in the top lane. So CLG, they've got support that will be a
Hey, he's
little
winning the
bit
damage
further
trade.
ahead.
2 levels down. He's got this lane on lockdown.
Aphromoo aware.
They might be able
that
to go
he's
for
the,
something here. Oh, well, he's level 3. I thought it was at least 4. This is a slow game for CLG levels. Level 6 Turtle. Uh-oh. I don't know, he has the mana to solo those guys out.
Yeah, it's a huge, huge boost in power for Kog'Maw. As soon as he hits that level 6, so much harass. And Dyrus, getting chunked on that tower dive, did miss out on quite a bit of experience. So Dyrus is a bit behind Seraph as far as the experience is concerned. They're even on CS. So Dyrus did miss out a little bit more.
Well,
Doublelift was freezing.
we wanted to see a game that really featured out the supports, and I'm sure with the top laners having 11 CS at 7 minutes, the supports will definitely get their due as we get into these team fights trying to protect some squishy tanks. 9.6 to 9.1. The 2v1 still kind of playing out, but it's just Doublelift and a 1v1 up here.
Yeah, pretty much. The big
6
difference
to
is just the dragon. The difference in CS for junglers, you can see, is because of the early time spent by TSM taking that dragon, whereas Dexter was just hard farming his jungle. What a move.
Ooh, very nice. Tucks his head between his legs and gets a backward buster shot. Slowly creeping towards the top side. Dexter's going to try to make something off of this. They may feel more secure against Doublelift with ult down, and that's what he's hoping as well.
This is a counter gank attempt from Dexter because they just saw Lucian up there, but since Lucian was buster shotted away, Dexter's movement up top, a little bit wasted energy, a little bit of wasted time there. Not too big a deal though. He does get early Sightstone, trying to control this jungle vision very, very early on.
Hasn't been getting too much off of these lane ganks, so he definitely has to get it off something they can work at. Maybe a buff, maybe getting something else. He's got to deliver this one over to Link as of right now. Now they do not have any more idea of where Amazing is. They knew the blue was just given over, but he's going to be headed towards the bottom side, so they may have an idea of that red buff. Still 600 gold is the lead, and enough time for Dragon to come up. We'll get any more summoners. Everybody's already got them, so not going to be waiting for those.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the first purchase of the top laners will tell a lot. Maybe Seraph, if Seraph saves up for a Giant's Belt for that next dragon that's coming up, I think he almost has that 1,000 gold. If he can save that up, yeah, that would be a big difference because Irelia does not build tanky early. If Seraph can hit level 6 and grab a Giant's Belt for the next dragon fight, it would do wonders for CLG's power around that skirmish.
An interesting first buy from Turtle. He does have the Phage pieces, but he finishes the Sheen first, knowing there's not too much pressure in that lane. He's been kind of solo farming. He'll stay safe. And he definitely made that impact on Seraph there.
Yeah, we talk about the level 6 power. Whoa, Doublelift gets collapsed on.
Oh no! Woo. He's learned.
So the movement there from mid lane, good communication among the CLG members to tell Doublelift to go ward at that time, just in time to see the movements from TSM so that they can protect Doublelift's solo farming efforts. and he still has not leveled explosive shot. Not wanting to force himself to push.
Staying safe. He's doing what he can.
The question is, will they tell Doublelift to actually go purchase before this dragon comes up? Or at least recall and go back down to the other side of the map? Because if not, if they stay top, then it's CLG just saying, yes, we would love to trade an outer turret for dragon. Looks like they will trade it because no recalls from the top laners. So CLG making that conscious choice. They want the extra control of top side. Maybe they can get some deep wards down on the blue. Keep that blue denied from Bjergsen in exchange for this dragon and top trade. Dyrus all by himself up here. Gonna have to get run off.
Oh, just short of getting a bit of gold. Very good push by CLG here. Doublelift has had zero trouble farming throughout the game. Got himself to a good clip, and he's on his way to an Infinity Edge as well.
Ooh, they're going to stick around for it.
Easy. They're all going to get that experience from being around the turret as well. Turtle's trying to answer with Lustboy in the bot lane.
Yeah, but an outer for a secondary turret.
Yep.
Big pickup for CLG here. They also, by the way, got those deep wards around blue buff during that time. So CLG were able to make that venture into TSM territory completely worth it. They will have plenty of vision down for the next respawn of blue buff, which should be coming up shortly for TSM. Doublelift though, since he's going for the early Infinity Edge on Tristana, it's going to take a while for him to get that boost. He's not going for the static shiv.
Right.
And he hasn't been able to actually complete the combine cost of the Infinity Edge. So he's not really looking for fights yet. CLG just want to wait until he can finish that. Because right now, Kog'Maw has a lot more presence than Tristana.
We saw Sneaky doing that as well, but he had the Meteos, so he was able to get himself into a situation a little earlier with that attack speed. Here, like you said, Doublelift, take a bit. 13 minutes in, means they definitely have a lot of time to play with here. No real aggression on either side of an opposing jungle has pushed the game in anybody's favor. Amazing and Dexter pretty much staying out of each other's hair this game. Interesting play from both of them. More to the lanes and keeping these 2v1s safe as they should.
Yeah, and you can see the focus there by Dexter trying to get control of the jungle with all the wards. He, as Elise, got a sight stone before Lee Sin even got his sight stone. That's how intent CLG are on avoiding the fight until they have the Tristana with the items necessary to compete with Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw on Trinity Force is a beast right now.
Interesting.
But it doesn't matter because he's not near the turret. So CLG going to trade bottom for top probably. See what Seraph can do. Great AoE, by the way. He uses it to clear out the wave. Yes, it looks kind of funny whenever somebody uses an ult to clear a wave.
Scorching the ground.
But he's buying time here. They've just got the bottom turret, and Doublelift is not stopping down bottom, so CLG could very well push another secondary turret while just trading for another outside turret.
Yeah.
It looks like Seraph will be able to defend it, so TSM need to rotate down and defend this. They can't keep giving up secondary turrets.
Not that it matters, but Doublelift.
There's that power, though.
Doublelift has finally put the two skills he was holding for quite some time. As soon as he hit that level 5 rapid fire, he put 2 shots into his E. Interesting way to level, but obviously keep the lane from pushed off there. They figure out they're taking off a little too much, and they go back without the vision that they need. So Dyrus doing pretty good actually in this top lane in CS. He should be able to outfight Seraph if he goes back for the buy, but as of right now, everybody's pretty even with just the cash flow in their pockets.
Yeah, especially while Seraph has to work his way back up to that ultimate.
Right.
Once again, not gonna try anything too risky. Nobody really wants to use their teleport to get back to lane either at this point. I don't think Seraph will do it, probably just walk back, even though it will cost him 1 wave. The cooldown of his teleport is too important to use just to get a single wave at that turret. Which means that CLG probably want it to make a move around the next spawn of Dragon.
This will be nice though, because Seraph's going to have some juicy waves coming at him with this next wave being a siege too. So it'll be good. It'll work out.
And, you know, since CLG have done such a good job of trading turrets for all the extra dragons that they've been giving up, really only advantage is that first dragon that they traded for the lane swap. Ever since then, every consecutive dragon after that has been traded for something for CLG.
Right.
They always get a strong push in a different lane for one of those early dragons of TSM.
TSM trying to get an edge on the game. Thwarted out a bit by Counter Logic Gaming. Well played.
The 4-man poke squad here.
Plays to their name.
Cocoons and bindings, providing cover fire for some turret damage.
That first buy and the true damage of Dyrus cutting right through Seraph's armor. Can't stay in the top lane for too long, at least in a split push situation. So that may relieve a little bit of pressure they're hoping for in the top lane that CLG is not going to get now.
And Dyrus is working towards his Trinity Force as well.
Yeah.
A double Trinity Force team is very scary at that mid-game point. See how close Dyrus gets. Dexter tagged a little bit. Weird ward to go down, though. Maybe it was a jump for Elise.
Really a lot of possibilities for the fight initiation. Bjergsen can hit that scatter. You have a Nami ultimate that's going to fly right behind it.
Dexter chunked down here. This is the power. Mid-game Kog'Maw. He's about to get level 11 as well. Second level into his ult will do a bunch. All this harass that they landed onto Dexter may be the tipping point and cause CLG not to try and answer anything for this dragon. Their best bet would probably be to run mid.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous to rush blind into a Syndra. Bjergsen could just devastate their whole team with one stun combo. So CLG do try and push one wave mid. See if they can actually zone TSM off of that turret and trade objectives. So far they have traded, and once again, another trade for CLG. Trading all of these dragons, save for the first one, for turrets. You do run out of turrets to kill, though. Dragon's a renewable resource. CLG are going to have to make something happen with this opened up map here. They've definitely been ones to control that vision after they take down the turrets. So let's see. They've got a pretty good ward line so far.
Get it? They should be able to hug the outside here with this next wave and take it down. It's quite a ways away, so CLG may have time to regroup. They do. They know what the deal is. Good wards coming out. CLG is still placing more forward wards here than TSM is. Those possibilities of a play or catch with their long range is definitely there.
Yeah, keyword there is catch, because a lot of this, the first fight that breaks out is going to be, a lot of it is going to be determined by the skill shots here. Whether it is bindings and cocoons that land, or whether it is bubbles and Syndra stun.
We haven't had a test yet. We haven't figured out. Maybe a Baron.
Yeah, we haven't even seen them try and have a smite fight or anything. It's just been dragons that have been traded over and over. There's one person getting caught out.
Bada bing, bada boom. 18 and a half. First blood comes out along with the Vuvuzela, and then we're going to get a kill on the
God!
Oh, Doublelift flash. Fast fingers there, and he's still getting taken down. Holy macaroni.
Bjergsen coming out huge here. Turns it on with 2 consecutive picks, one right after another there. Bjergsen destroys the bottom lane of CLG, stunning Doublelift out of his jump. This is one of Doublelift's biggest complaints about Tristana, why he doesn't like playing the champion. The dash feels clunky, he said. And right there, Bjergsen made it pay for it. Once again, now he's got a spider in his crosshairs.
Whew. Nicely played. Bjergsen turning on the fireworks there to get the team going.
Yeah,
like you said, it was going to have to bubble the balls, man.
It's going to be the skill shots that determine the next fights. Bjergsen is definitely a skilled player. Lands one, boom, uses the next ball to set up and knock him right out. Plus, Amazing had landed his skill shot, so everything landing for TSM.
Yep.
And they come together to destroy Rush Hour.
Picture perfect on that. Doublelift back to farm mode. AD carries are evened up in that sense, but he has gone down, and he's looking to stack some attack speed now, so he can be a menace.
That is
what a fight.
It's such a huge trigger for TSM, though, because their double Trinity Force champions are, this is the time where they want to go aggressive.
Super exciting.
And as we said, you know, dragons are the renewable resource. after TSM win a fight, it's very easy for them to pick up these outer turrets. There are more turrets left standing there, more gold left standing on the map for TSM to take if they do get one of those team fight wins. So every time TSM get a pick, they get a lot more out of it.
Oh, and this is the best time to hit up Doublelift. A level
Teleport made in, but Doublelift could just die there.
Wait a minute, the ult.
Oh!
Dyrus goes hard. One last attack. Oh, God.
The minion
He
blocks.
slams the minions and he gets it. Dyrus reaches his arms out as far as possible. But this is TSM.
Oh.
That tunnel distraction in the bottom lane because they're getting barren right now.
Oh my. Yeah, everything just went in the dumpster there for CLG. It all went downhill really quickly. Because of the mid picks, CLG's vision also ran out. All of CLG's vision that we talked about in that blue side jungle where they were trying to control after they got these deep turrets, all of that timed out because they lost complete map pressure from those picks from Bjergsen. So this one play mid by Bjergsen, or the 2 plays mid that he made, just cascading into a huge advantage for TSM. And Dyrus, by drawing all of CLG down bottom.
Yeah, the teleport too.
Even if he hadn't got the kill onto Doublelift after that, just drawing everyone down there to get the Baron would have been huge. But he also got the kill. Now he's getting himself into a little trouble though. Good dodge.
Oh, fancy feet. Dyrus slipping out unseen.
You have to give props to TSM. I mean, this game has been determined by the skills.
It's like, what do you want?
Yeah, Dyrus is very confident right now. He's chasing off the whole team, trying to make sure that they don't have time to back in time for mid lane. This push.
Oh, he wanted to dodge that. Now he's forced to fight the spiders. Still got the dash as the kill.
He's got 3 of them on the run here. He's just trying to keep them close enough, but not get hit by the.
They're going to get sideswiped by Seraph here. They do still have to watch that. Dyrus is on the back side of the team right now.
Dyrus bought them a Baron. Dyrus bought them a mid turret here.
Wow. Dyrus holding hands with the team. Artillery fire coming in from Link as they really put all their eggs in one basket. They have to try and get this fight. A great Nami out to disengage. WildTurtle's trying to orb walk it out, and he gets the help from the team. Bjergsen again canceling someone out. The assassination potential of Syndra.
This game is all TSM here. As soon as they get another one of those advantages, they just clean up turret, turret, turret. So much gold. This gold lead has ballooned out of control.
When a team has taken a lead today, it has been ridiculous how far they have taken that lead without mistake. So many good plays, consistent things hitting, happening, and going in the team's favor with an advantage right now. That's Team Solomid, and they are extending that leaps and bounds.
It was just a complete outplay there. TSM, Dyrus making his solo move onto Doublelift, and CLG, for some reason, they felt like they had to make some move to get back in the game, even though they were right there, neck and neck, and they decided to commit everything to try and save Doublelift. That one move just turns into such a ginormous lead for TSM.
Headstrong, Counter Logic Gaming. Not going to be in enough time. We do see an uncontested F-Smite going down nicely.
Man, no wonder Doublelift does not like Tristana. He does not have a good time with her or against her.
He had a solo lane.
He did.
I don't know if you need a little bit more against
they
team like
They paid for that solo lane with that early dragon. They were the ones who wanted the lane swap.
He's almost up to the Phantom Dancer. He is trying to get max damage out of that with the crit and attack speed. So
I mean,
it's gonna take a bit though.
Yeah, you can see kind of why going up against Kog'Maw is pretty scary.
This WildTurtle's Cog. He levels his E second all the way up. Not that passive attack speed on the Q. Interesting level. Still got a good slow and a good amount of damage on Voidoo still.
Big part of Kog'Maw is controlling the zones. Zone control for Kog'Maw. He's one of the best AD carries at doing that. Not only because of the E, but also the ult.
Well, he's got enough attack speed in the items, that's for darn sure, especially on the boots as well. They're backing off, but they do. That bio-arcane shot that he's allowed to get in there. A few shots on the inhibitor that will heal up. Now Dyrus to split the top side. They had a ping in the bottom. I don't know if they're going to want to send Dyrus down there after this and they can take it. TSM has some things to work with here. A lot on their plate. It's all in their favor.
They've got a lot to work with here. Looks like they will go for the 1-4 split push. Bottom lane also, they have a nice creep wave that they have built up, so they've got pressure all over the map here.
And they're playing that patience too. Waiting for the mid wave, waiting for the bottom wave to pressure. Should be able to hit that turret up pretty good, and then they can rotate to it. Bio-Arcane
you
on.
can see here, Lustboy, all he's waiting for is the disengage. He's ready with the tidal wave at the back line. TSM only move up. WildTurtle gets a couple W shots. Inhibitor should go down here.
Lustboy doing what he can. The auto attacks, what focus? Staying inside. There it is. W reactivated from WildTurtle. He can keep his distance, and the perseverance pays off.
I also like the move from Dyrus. When they are going for the last hits on the inhibitor, this is the point where a lot of teams will make their move. If they're going to commit, and if they're going to actually go for the engage, it's usually when there's a last couple hits on the objective. So Dyrus immediately, he starts to hover down towards the mid lane, just in case a fight does break out. So he's right there. But even though CLG don't do it, they TSM are rewarded with another inhibitor and bottom lane turret. Complete control here.
Simple game sense like that, Kobe, where you're just talking about, really just makes things play out seamlessly. You're easily going through the map, not having to talk too much. We know we've heard TSM can get a little loud in the team fights as opposed to other teams, but right now it seems like it's all calm, cool, and collected as they make their way. Right now, a 27-minute game to the front of CLG's base. We've had a lot of quick games today.
Yep, and we do finally at least see the double item for Trist, though. The Infinity Edge plus Phantom Dancer.
Now becomes a
is a decent amount of damage, but he's only level 14. We talk about late game Tristana and her range. You have to get a few more levels to scale that up.
Yeah.
Right now, Kog'Maw is definitely much more powerful. And Doublelift and the rest of CLG will have to turtle very hard to try and stick in this game.
TSM ready to inflict that point of the game where they feel they can cover all the pink wards that they purchased. Trying to make a big move at some point here. That's a 45-second Baron. They already have enough regular wards of vision down in the jungle of CLG, so these pink wards would just be to boot on the fight.
Uh-oh, vision control. This is what it'll do for you.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's Kog'Maw. That's damage. That's a bubble. One is down. CLG cannot react to this other than back towards their base. That's a minion. That's a kick. Spider down. And we're going to see 3 members from CLG running for safety.
This is exactly how you finish out a game here. TSM completely controlling the entire map in vision. You had the easy pick here. Even though they only had 3 members in position and CLG's whole team pretty much was there, CLG, they don't have any vision of the rest of the members of TSM, so they can't make a confident play even if it happened to be 3v5 here.
And that's bad.
From CLG, if you're coming at from CLG's point of view, you're like, oh, probably the whole team of TSM is in there.
Yeah. We just lost our biggest tank, and it was really fast.
Ooh. Stylish play.
Some would say Huku.
Now the other option that would also be pretty cool is if he flashed, oh, can he get the steal? Is if he flashed first, then smited a minion, and then Q'd. Or Q'd and then smited while it was on the way.
You're saying it wasn't good enough?
I'm saying smite on F is what I'm saying.
Ooh. All right. All right.
Amazing. I'm pretty sure this is statistically significant right here with just one game of sample size.
Chalk it up. We're getting the numbers we need. A lot of finished up items here. Void Staff coming out of Bjergsen. He's also rocking the Alacrity boots on Syndra so he can keep a bit of movement speed in the catch-up of these fights. Turtle happily farming. Actually under Doublelift right now, but it doesn't matter with the map control they have. He's only under Doublelift's farm because the whole team's been running amok through these lanes together, sharing the experience. And 11,000 gold to show you that. 6-1. They did lose Dyrus in that last fight, but not last fight, but that engage for Baron. So whatever they lose, they're definitely gaining more of an advantage.
well worth it.
Yeah.
There. We'll see how TSM decide to finish this one off. Maybe they just barrel through with 5 members up one single lane. Right now, though, Dyrus doing his own thing. Going to continue to split.
Nice hit on the Banshee's down. Oh, no way. He listens to his mind this time.
Couple of points there for Lustboy.
Aphromoo trying to hit a binding from the outside here. Bjergsen sees the same thing, and he tries to zero out Aphromoo. Can't even come close to the edge anymore. TSM putting CLG on the back foot, very much so, as they start to enter the base. Once again, this is going to be 2 open inhibs at 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah. It's pretty much TSM's cleanup duty now.
Team's inhibitor
What definitive play from the teams on the top of the gold leads today. They have been making all the right moves, working off perfect mistakes, if you will. And it looks like TSM is going to make use of 2 downed inhibitors now as they move to the top lane. Any mistakes from CLG here, that could mean game.
Yeah, it's pretty funny how, you know, some teams you'll see the top laner just randomly go for duels and try and pick somebody off. But in TSM's case, it was so well calculated. The rest of the team was in position for Baron when Dyrus went for that pick with Doublelift. They thought about it so much beforehand, whereas CLG just had to play reactively, and they kind of panicked and they wanted to save their AD carry because that's what a lot of their hopes lie on. But they fell right into TSM's hands, into their plan. And after that, there was no coming back.
WildTurtle, no focus on the turret, just on Seraph, but that's almost even better, because now he cannot jump in the fight. Turtle's giving himself safety by the focus. Dexter, Link, also down. They share about a full health bar between them. And it's going to be the last inhibitor going down, Kobe.
Clean sweep! Oh man! Bjergsen!
Woo. High five over to Doublelift. He goes down instantly. No chance to get away from the scatter. Bjergsen makes quick work. Another kill. 4-0-1 for him as he brings out Syndra in their final game of the week. 7-1, 31.5 minutes into the game. TSM gonna go for the Nexus. Nice ulti as Dexter and Link ride the wave. Flashing out. Link keeps himself safe and they'll be able to batter from the outside, but it's not gonna be enough. The spooky ghosts come out from Aphromoo, not scaring anybody off. The Nexus in the eyes of Team Solomid. El Clasico going in their favor one last time. Great win. Team Solomid taking down CLG Gaming.
3 extremely decisive games so far today, Riv. What a play there from TSM. From the opening minutes, control of the entire game.
Great play all around. Big moves from everyone. Amazing coming up big. Dyrus with a full team distraction for Baron coming up big. Bjergsen soloing coming up big on his kills. And you know what? Lustboy played pretty well, pretty good as well. The bubbles were hitting just like the Morgana bindings. And you know what? Maybe we won't ever get an amazing, crazy game from Lustboy, but we're gonna get consistency.
Time will tell. He started off very nicely though. So far, TSM have had a very good week this week.
You know what? Jat mentioned it as we went into the preview show coming into this week, and roster changes to the support late in the season have always paid dividends for teams. You look at Daydreamin', you look at Bloodwater, those guys all move themselves up in the standings as they join their teams. And now Lustboy on TSM. TSM's always been a wheelhouse top tier team, so I think they're going to be putting themselves back in that spot.
TSM have actually had a lot of success with most of their roster changes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's
remember
hard
when
to
you brought in WildTurtle, they had immediate success as well.
Yep. Very good play from them. Strong